Hey Leo, how are you doing? Let's find out. Whoop. Let's find out. I've got into these decks that I'm going to use. I've done a split in them just to get some immediate energies, and we'll keep track of these cards. We'll put them aside, and then we'll dig in again and see if there's something more that they want to say. Well, of course, with the tarot, we'll do a full tarot story. But here I have, Susan Sheppard's Phoenix cards. And this deck deals with past life energies, experiences, which I also, for me, are relevant as, like, I'm not sure that I've been here before, although it makes every sense that this universe is completely just a recycling depot. But I don't have past life memories that I know of. But in terms of ancestors, I do a lot of work with ancestors. So for ancestral energies, if that whatever speaks most to you, or if all of it speaks to you. Also geographical influences, cultural influences, being aware of how God has moved and spirits move through all of Earth's cultures. Yes. I have Alana Fairchild's Wild Kuan Yin. I have Engracia's Divine Doors. I like to get 3 of those. And then I have Mel Brown's Aboriginal Spirit Oracle. I usually have all of her decks. Right now this is the one I have. I gave the others away. Lenormand, of course, or Lenormand. And this deck that I've had forever since I was a kid had turned out to carry a strong amount of the animal spirit energy. I have a lot of animals in my life through my clients and myself, but what speaks to me heavily is the fact I have 3 parrots in my life, and month after month after month it came to me to use the energy off of these cards as their energy. So unfortunately it is a Saturday night where I am, and so there's some hallway noise at times, and I'm sorry, but that's part of the reading then. So obviously in the Morgan Greer's here, I'll try and calm down so that my voice is easier to listen to. I can hear the strain in it. That must have something to do with all of this. There's a scratch in it as well. So I'll see if I can get that cleared up so that it's a pleasanter sound. Normally I'm fairly happy with the sound of my voice. Otherwise I wouldn't put people through this. But we do have the 3 of Wands here. So this is first house energy. It's fire energy, of course, which you're more than familiar with, but we have this expectation, this waiting for something, and I've got sirens wailing. Manifestation, yes, the ship coming in, somebody else keeping up their end of the deal, right? And this is all to do with your very personal trajectory, the trouble you want to make in the world, the good trouble, maybe. Here we have a Yugoslavian goddess statue, and we'll get into, Susan does this amazing, well, Susan passed over last April 19th and left behind her 22-year-old daughter. She had autoimmune problems, I know, for many years, and it struck me really hard when I found out that she had passed. And so I ordered these cards the day that I found out, and I ordered them from Kenny's in Galway, Ireland. And so they're a very special deck to me. Susan Sheppard's Black Moon Astrology deck is the first deck I ever brought into my home. But, so we'll get into what she does. Is she does a layout that she reads for a card in planetary positions: Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, Saturn, Uranus, and Pluto. So she's written out paragraphs for each of those planetary positions. So I'll read all of those positions to you, each paragraph for those, because they can have contrasting meanings, and we'll see which one, you can decide which ones resonate for you the most right now. I'm working with the energy of the lunar eclipse. It just happened. We're still strongly in it. It's a very strong moon. Let's see, and then for Mel's deck, we have the card Confusion. Oh, right. But what I wanted to note was that it's almost, these spoke to me together. This was right underneath it. Okay, so we have Confusion. Of course, if I could even get focused on it. Okay, but right underneath it was Stillness. So I feel like we'll take those two cards together right off the bat, okay? While I'm here at the camera, we have the doorway to Patome, which is in Angkor Wat. It's one of the main temples in the Angkor Wat temple complex. This would be part of the Lara Croft Tomb Raider. Yes, okay. So, two cards in this deck are of this doorway. And it took me, once upon a time, it took me a lot of research to figure out it was the same door. So, a lot of root work there. And maybe since I have it here anyway, we'll get the first direct message. Hummingbird song. Nectar of sweetness in joy it brings, the hummingbird's healing. As medicine it sings. Pass this card on. Okay, so somebody else's energy is involved in this reading. It's not just yours. When I see pass it on, most recently they've had me to understand that that means, yes, for you to know that this isn't just your own energy, it's somebody else's. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up these cards. We'll get into the heavy-duty reading after we do the tarot, okay? We'll get more details. In the Lenormand, might as well hold it up here, we have the house. So all of this stability, right? And we have a King of Hearts and 4 of stability. So something to do with home. Or what you want most. What your idea of happiness would be. And then, in the reverse, most interestingly, so we have the King of Hearts in the upright, so not Scorpio, Pisces, but water, yes. So this could be psychic involvement, this as much as it could be, but you know, we do have a house there, and we do have the King and Queen, but the Queen is in reverse. So what's the story there, right? But for the King and Queen of Hearts, for me, they represent 12th house energy, mastermind, cups energy, and Pisces wears every crown, and Pisces is every house. So there's a tremendous amount of adaptive thinking going on between this King and this Queen. They're able to think like every other sign. They're able to take on the perspective and the concerns of every other house. So very, I don't think we highlight that enough about Pisces. We say Pisces energy is so, you know, dreamy and, you know, muse-like and off somewhere, and it's just, no, actually, they could be just about anything. So I will set these up and we'll get into the tarot. And I just wanted to pan up a little bit. I can see how strong, I don't know why I didn't see it before, probably because I had these layered up a bit more, but this strong blue, black, white, and then with this gold coming through, especially echoed in the 3 of Wands, right? The yellow, the happiness, but such strong emphasis on the blue. So deep, psychic, again, echoing the King and the Queen of Cups energy. Yes, very much to do with, bottom line, psychic communications, guidance. Okay, so I just wanted to show that before I set up Kuan Yin there. And again, but here we have, oh, okay, so the turquoise in this would actually be a blend of that blue and the yellow, right? So we have we have some sort of coming together here, some sort of solution in that card. Yeah, and I feel a tightness in my chest. It's clearing up a little bit, but I'm assuming that has everything to do with this. Let's get a couple more doors. Blue. No, I gotta think straight. Look, listen to, oh my God, like what do I know? Incorrect speech. Incorrect speech. Blue. No, I need to be thinking more purple for the psychic thinking. What I need to be focusing on with blue, and you're already shaking your head at me going, no. Of course, blue is the throat chakra. So something incorrect has been said. Or you're worried about saying something incorrectly. Okay, I've got a Buddha flipping over in the deck. Right, with the confusion there in the middle. So, two people speaking, two people thinking, and confusion between. Wonder why they let me get it wrong. It's always for a reason. Because they can certainly make every effort to make sure I get it right the first time. She's right into the flame, okay? Well, Leo, when does that... Look at that flame. Okay, clear enough. Thank you. Oh, Lord, okay. And then right at the top I have the blue door, which tells me, you know what, I'm just going to keep it. We're going to keep that fourth door. Blue door always is a signal to me from my friends on the other side that have passed over, that died violently or were murdered. They communicate to me through this color. They send me messages through this color. I just had this color for Pisces. I just had this door for Pisces. And that night is the night I was recording Pisces strangely at 2 o'clock in the morning, 1 to 2 a.m. Never do that. And then I couldn't sleep for most of the night, and it turned out that my partner's cousin had passed that night. And he's my partner and I are both Pisces, Mercury's Pisces minds. And I also ended up that same day helping a dog pass over. I had worked on both of these passings for between a week and 2 weeks to help set them up and help work together with especially Kali and Oya, the Engracia, to help these souls get a clear passage across. And so, yeah. So somebody has passed or somebody is passing. But they're part of this message. Totally echoing this blue, this communication. Okay, all right, Leo. Yes, there's been a passage of some sort. Yep, because we have the blue echoing again. This blue, I believe, came out for Pisces or Cancer as well. It came out for Pisces because this blue came out with the other blue. So there are two, and what came through to me from that were there's more than one generation involved. Wow. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, I need to read the meaning for that blue door as well. Silent skill. I challenge you to unpack your mind. In meditation's grace, the soul can unwind. Just like that Buddha was coming through. Breathe in, breathe out, let go of doubt. Okay, that tightness in my chest and that difficulty speaking. The tension, yes. Thank you. The Odyssey. Take in the beauty of country lands and botany. Explore the wonder like a gypsy traveler's odyssey. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to figure out where these doors... Whoop! Knock it right down. This is the same one. It almost went into the candles, yes? So this one's just wanting to move. The silent skill. It is emphasis on that. Okay, so then the hummingbirds, healing. And then, have I left it blurry? Yes, I have. So we're going to leave those, we're going to pull them in and figure out where they fit into everything. Secret sketches, right, okay. Wander and seek the familiar and friendly kind. Draw memories and sketches for others to find. Do you need to be drawing? We'll find out the context, okay? So, let's get into the Morgans, and we'll use Lenormand and the other decks to clarify as we need. Okay, hopefully I've got the focus half decent. Except I just can't shuffle. How nice. Wow. Okay. Not happening. So we won't tell a long story with tarot. We'll just get enough specifics that we can only get from tarot. And possibly some more Lenormand. Three. Who is the Three of Wands? I'm assuming it's you. Ooh, we just don't want to talk. So what I do is, because I'm heavily in contact with Orisha, the Orisha, because I had relatives who were missionaries wrecking Nigeria, and they brought their propaganda back to, well, propaganda is too nice a word, right? But they brought things like this back to me. That takes the Ibeji twins. If you look up Ibeji, I-B-E-J-I, the tremendous legacy of twins. And the religious significance, the spiritual significance of them. And it takes the very sacred history of twins and uses it to try to push people into a false Christianity. Certainly nothing Jesus would ever have anything to do with. However, my point being is that also Mami Wata and the African prophetesses, who were the Sibyls and the Delphi oracles, the same prophetesses that are demonized by the story of Lilith, by Medusa, who wrote the actual prophecies that end up in the Bible, attributed to others. We're talking about the true history of the influence of Western Africa through upwards. The fact that the Mediterranean was actually heavily populated by black people. And Egypt was, of course, black because it's Kemet, leading down to Kush. So in Ethiopia, I get my knowledge about geomancy from Ethiopia, where the direction things fall in matters. Right, they don't work with cards, or they didn't. It's not the history with cards, but so the fact that these cards have fallen in this position together, right, they're in sync, but they are at an angle, they're in process, but I can also look at it astrologically in terms of aspecting, right? So we have Scorpio energy and Sagittarius energy. This could also be a question of timing. We could be moving from Scorpio. The sun is just about to hit Scorpius. If you get Stellarium or Sky Safari app, I could get it going right now and show you. It's just leaving, within a day or two, it's just leaving the midpoint, the Libra side of the midpoint between Libra and Scorpius. Venus is in the middle of Sagittarius, so expect a lot of healing energy the last couple of weeks because of Venus being in Sagittarius. She's well ahead of the Sun, Mars, and Mercury. Has been ahead of them for some weeks now. And there's a stressed out dog, if that means anything. But we do have the final card of Scorpio. this transformation of the 7. Really stepping into full communion with spirit guides. And becoming many, like everything that they need you to become, having said yes to that and stepping into it. So basically putting one, I know I'm describing it in a way that other readers don't describe it, but I'm using numerological logic here. You've had an affirmation, you've had a gift of affirmation that you're on the right path from the 6 of Cups. You've had some kind of gift let you know. And plus we are also in the on the final day, the mid 5 to 6 days of November are strong Scorpio transformation days. So whatever's been happening this past week that's harsh, dramatic, beyond your control, has everything to do with the fact that it's the middle 5 to 6 days of the Scorpio season, which is my combined tropical sidereal season of Scorpio and Scorpius. Because of course the tropical season comes well ahead of the sidereal. Sidereal being when the sun actually, sidereal means stars, right? So it's the actual star placements. So that's what's happening, and communication, of course, coming with that. Now, because they're at an angle with this 3 of Wands, I'm just trying to figure out if it's almost in the upright, almost in the same direction as these 3 Wands. And of course, we have progress, we have proving yourself to yourself, lots of communication. But we do have Sagittarius season here. Which brings us from Knight energy into King and Queen energy. For me, this is Queen and King of Wands. Having the plan, knowing the path, a long journey. So crossing the divide. We have all of this, we have a mix of blue and yellow energy here. Blue and we have emphasis on clouds, right? So we do have this confusion, repeating, echoing. And we have this somewhat turquoise. Yes, these colors are echoing each other. Okay. Mars, Pluto, Jupiter. So the turn of the wheel, Mars and Pluto actually, both ruling Scorpio. So we have Mars repeating. So your loves and loyalties. For me, Mars is your loves and loyalties. Pluto is your hidden wealth, your hidden powers, things that you've been kept from. Those secret sketches could have everything to do. Actually could have everything to do with both of those, because if this is who if part of your communion with your guides is to be channeling into drawings, all this Wands energy. It's becoming clear to me. Okay, I've got a sun in reverse smacking up in the deck, same as the Buddha. But I want something. Okay. Okay, over here. Way over here. Do I have it in shot? Yeah. Okay, so we've got the Two of Wands went way over here. So the choice between unpacking your mind in meditation, going somewhere, and the other person's energy, the other person's problems. And now that it's almost, we have things almost in line. This one, if these would just go like that, yes, and this would just go like that, everybody's in the same direction. So the 2 coming after the 3, working backwards. Now we have this turquoise repeating. Planning, 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 planning. Feather of enlightenment in the cap, or revelation, or anything else. Why the house? You know what? I'm gonna have to go to Lenormand, aren't I? Anything else from Tarot? Yeah, to the floor. Okay. Hitting the floor in this position. 3 of Cups reversed. 3 of Cups reversed. So we have a 3 versus, okay. So let's push this to that side for a moment. I have basically an opposition here. Okay, it was like a little bit this way, but let's just say, but then I could just as easily say, no, these would actually be moving in the same direction, in alignment, right? Okay, so the difference being here is the aspect of opposition. Toe to toe, okay? These things need to be resolved together. In an opposition in your chart, in an astrological chart, means where 2 planets are directly opposite or near opposite each other, right? And in order for them both to succeed, they have to succeed together. Whatever the issue is for them. I mean, why elaborate on that? It's clear enough, right? And we have 3 for 3. So this manifesting and this manifesting. This is Cancerian, but again, we have this, and this is where the home comes in, because Cancer is all about home and roots. Haha, where's the root work? Thank you. The other energy. The other energy. Right, so you are not off the hook with your ancestors. We've got multiple generations happening over here. The journey. Which way to go? To stay put or to go out? Or is the journey interdimensional? And yes. They have you cornered, don't they, Leo? What was that reading I had a few months ago where somebody was wanting to work with you from the other side? I'll go find that. Anything else from here to clarify about, but we've been pretty specific, haven't we? I feel like it. We've got that Queen of Cups in reverse. Why is the Queen of Cups in reverse? Because of these 3 of Cups. She's also going through this, well, Queen, King, going through this transformation, but that King's in the upright. So it's like a 50-50 split, yes? They're in opposition is what they are. Right, they're in opposition. It's not that one's down and one's up, it's that they're in they're needing to succeed together. Okay, so I take it we don't need to say anything more Okay, right. Yelling. Nice. Okay. So in aspect to all of this, I have the lady with the truth, the Ace of Swords, and the 20, double completion. Now where's she looking? She's almost squaring off with this, but not quite. And she's almost squaring off with this. That start, this finger of God, God's truth, that Ace of Swords. But again, the 20, it gives us, oh, I can't read. I need my glasses. It's 29. Okay, sorry. Which gives us an 11, which gives us the, you know, the double 1. But a 2. Okay. Well, I'm gonna, let's see. Let's get into these cards and see what's what. What does Kuan Yin want to say about this? I'll show you the, let's analyze this a bit more. Okay, so we have several people down there. Racing along. Passing a message along, right? The messenger. They're watching out to get it. On the train. The train's going to cross the bridge. He's a Chinese painter. I put his credits in the description. Tibetan scenes, by and large. Whether or not this is one of them. So they must be handing. How would they know to get, you know, like what's the deal? Okay. Play to create. Do you dream of more happiness, well-being, love? That is a high-frequency dream. High-frequency dreams become reality when we align ourselves with matching frequency. There's a way to raise frequency to become more magnetic to opportunities, to the right people, solutions, and helpful guidance to bring your dreams to life. For now, let go of the struggle and embrace the way of play. Ta-da! What were we saying about alignment? What did I just go on a long thing about with alignment? Just if she would do this, if this would do this, yes. These need to succeed together, which brings them into alignment. These need to succeed together. If this could just do this. And if we could combine the blue with the yellow, right? We have a solution here. Lovely. So let's remain accurate. Everything's kind of there. So now why are we having a problem with this? What's the struggle? This is what I don't understand. What's the confusion? Is it just the process? I don't understand. I'm sure these cards are probably what's going to tell me. I don't have her at a sharp enough angle, do I? Is it the truth? Is there resistance? Or is there not? Maybe there isn't. Maybe everything is on schedule and it's all good. Why am I assuming something's bad? Maybe nothing's bad. No, because I was all scratchy voiced And tighten the chest. Is it nerves? Well, going through a Scorpio transformation will do it to you. Is there a problem between you and your guides? Too many ideas? And here we have the Queen of Swords with the 9 in reverse. And all the attention, all the excellent affection. Feeling too alone. Let's find out. Let's get into these cards first. Mel's cards. If you can see me pointing, I'm pointing at those two. Okay, so here's the book. Alright. And I'll hold the card up while I read. Ooh, I opened right to it. Is the cup half full or half empty? Right. Which way are we going? What comes first, the chicken or the egg? Everything that is usually logical seems confused. The gut says one thing, the head says another, while the heart says something else again. In which do we trust? We trust in ourselves. We trust in our gut and in our morals. We try to keep our positive attitude, and no confusion is only a temporary state that places doubts in our heads. I'm not done reading it yet, don't worry, there's more. You see the situation for what it is, but is it? Exactly. Okay. There's much you don't know about, much that's been hidden from you. It's been purposely hidden, as the truth may be hurtful to you. Oh, nice. Okay. And someone's trying to protect you from this situation. Be wary of all that glitters is gold. Or is not gold, because in this situation it is not gold. How was I pointing out? Yes? Interesting. Now she's calling me out on how smart I was thinking I was about all the yellow. Okay. So that gold that's in the Three of Wands, the gold of those cups, is that what we're talking about? Lack of trust in your own instincts is holding you back right now. Your head is calculating the facts and coming up with the right answer, but your insides are twisting and squirming because it doesn't feel right. Search for the hidden truth and reclaim that trust in yourself and your intuitive feelings, your psychic feelings. It will take strength and courage to follow your intuition. And what I would say by intuition, because intuition's a non-word. Intuition means, and this is me cutting in and I'm sorry, intuition means to know a thing without knowing how you know it. And that's what dictionaries do to define something when they're too scared to be honest. You either know it because your brain did all the work, right? And developed the results of combining several ideas or several informations together and producing a result. That's what our brains are good for. Our imaginations, our problem solvers. Or something was communicated to you in a psychic way. Those are the two ways. So you have to figure out which is which. It'll take strength and courage to follow your mind, whether it be through problem solving or an imagination or through psychic connection. But the outcome will be emotionally rewarding for you and will assist you in gaining your confidence again. Be wary of all that glitters is not gold. It's not gold. What's not gold? Well, here's... No, I'm going to put that there. Interesting. Okay. Moving on to stillness. Let's see if I have the same luck the second time. Nope. Stillness can be found in the quietness of your mind, even in the busiest of places. We often get caught up in looking for that quiet place, and we forget it's already with us. We have only to stop for a moment to find it within ourselves. in the stillness and quiet of mind, is a place that is limitless in knowledge and experience. You're feeling somewhat isolated right now in the stillness of your own thoughts. Right? The lady, the Queen of Swords in reverse with the Ace of Swords. Yes. That's the problem. It's like no one understands what you're going through. To some degree, this is true. However, it's you who does not want to see the full picture. You're like a lost sailor on the ocean, navigating through the rough sea, with only a small lantern to guide the way. There's a lantern. Any others that I'm not noticing just yet? So far you've only held the light out in front, and that's all you can see. However, when you move the lantern around in other directions, the light will illuminate in an ocean of other options. What you need already surrounds you. You just need to shed light on the entire situation and not just aspects of it. Just use your lantern to light the way in other directions to reveal the beauty and wonder that's been there in the whole time. The Odyssey. Interesting that this carries a lot of Virgo energy for me because I gave Virgo a lighthouse in my astrology workbook. Experience that I get to last for 13 months. And it turns out lighthouse keepers were kicked out of their jobs 20 years ago thanks to automation. But, okay, so you need to be panoramic with your awareness. Interesting. Isn't that contributing to the confusion at the same time? But if we're not being objective the right way, if you're spinning in your mind, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're also seeing and perceiving. You might be talking yourself into circles. Okay. So these need to be reconciled to each other, yes? I don't want to cover up the word there. Okay, well, let's see what Susan wants to say, or what somebody wants to say through Susan's card. We have an 11. We have an 11, echo of 11. And because we're just coming through that lunar eclipse, beautiful. Okay, I'll get the book. So this is the book for Susan's, and Tony Taylor is the artist. I keep forgetting to, I show her name, but I keep forgetting to say it. Sorry, Tony. And I'll hold the card up. First, I'm just gonna let you, well, I'm gonna double check. Right. Yugoslavian Earth Goddess. Hoppy Spider Goddess. Yeah, that's who I work for. Painted a pink spider when I was 2. Got into huge trouble for it and stopped making pictures of my own free will for 13 years. Okay. So let me show you, and there's, you know, there's more information on her than that. Susan goes to a lot of effort. Yes. I just want to, I don't want to be guilty of basically publishing her whole book through a video. They won't thank me. But definitely a deck to have. This is the layout that Susan will do with 7 cards. And I've done it for myself, and it's amazing. Okay, so she's written out meanings, as I said, for each of those positions. So I'll use my own shorthand for what it means, but if we read for it in the sun position, which for me are your instincts and triggers, right? And sun is yours, Leo. It rules you, of course. Now I gotta get to the right page. In the sun position, this selection indicates a period of rest and recovery. It can also indicate seclusion or loneliness, right? Okay. Your outlook is reserved and a little more cautious right now. You're concerned with old ways and wisdom gleaned from the past. Well, and you have double the ancestors showing up. You seek to build your energies and gain strength. You may be asked to help solve or handle the problems of others. Have confidence. You're now in a position of strength and your perceptions are right on target. Speak them carefully, directly, and firmly. Gentle people are well liked, but they're not usually respected, right? So you want to maintain that tone of respect for yourself. Don't give people room. Okay. So that's in the sun position. That means the triggers are in the isolation. And people who aren't sensitive to the past. People who aren't sensitive to reviewing, staying connected. So anybody who's not... Okay. So this is why we have this Aries self energy tied right now to the roots, the 3 of Cups. That's why we have the house up there with the King of Cups. Reconciling the masculine with the feminine, the yin with the yang, the internal with the external, the expression with the understanding. Okay. Beautiful. So let's go to the moon position. This should hit home hard. Or kindly, sweetly, we'll find out. You've been called upon to complete a mission. But lack the necessary energy to complete it. Yeah, no shit. The soul radiates a wistful, pensive feeling. A path has been cleared, but you have a sense of a different direction. Aha! You feel defeat and want to give it all up. It's important that you gather your resources, stand firm, and take the more difficult path. It will lead you to new levels. Ta-da! Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Moon. Okay, Mercury position, your mind and imagination. I feel like I could just stay with the Moon one and we'd be done. But let's carry on. This card choice indicates a reliable and steady mind. Believe in your own sanity and mental fortitude. Things are not as chaotic as they may seem. You are in control of the situation. Recently, your thoughts have taken a cautious and conservative turn. Do not second guess yourself or compromise. It's especially important to bide your time. Your struggle will be well worth the effort if you just remain strong. Okay, well, Strength card is your card, Leo. Ain't that the truth? Okay. Yeah, your powers, your mental powers. Okay, let's go to Venus position. Your attractions and appetites. Your needs, meeting your needs. And as far as Susan's concerned, how you can make the world a more beautiful place for yourself and be a beautiful friend, etc. You're unsure about close relationships at present. Well, yeah. Everything's up in the air. Take time to allow your relationships to progress at their own pace. You're feeling self-protective and reclusive. The soul needs to understand itself before sharing on an intimate, close level. The soul needs to understand itself before sharing on an intimate, close level. You need your astrology all sorted. until your astrology, until your chart is completely all clear to you. Sharing will take place when you've gained the strength to become a whole person in your own right, your whole chart. Prepare for a new cycle in your close involvements. A change is about to take place. Yeah. Yeah, it is, because we've got that Scorpio transformation happening. But these things that are being reconciled, yes. Okay, so let's go to the Saturn position, and here we're going to touch on the pain points of what's possibly scaring the shit out of you. Because Saturn is, for me, Saturn is very much a maternal energy. I found some research to support that. But I also would say it's your boundaries, your calculated risks, yes. Because we're talking your career house, your reputation house, as it rules your 10th. And it co-rules your 11th. What you're going to do with what you know. Your areas of nonconformity, where you don't really have a choice but to like stand out in the crowd. This card position marks a period of self-improvement. You're now formulating a meaningful direction for the rest of your life. Oh, that's what, because it's the big one. Things are getting serious. It's important that you define your beliefs, but do not become fixed in your opinions. You may feel as if you should work harder or surrender yourself for the good of the tribe or the group. But should you? It's not saying. She's saying you might feel as if you should work harder or surrender yourself for the good of the tribe or the group. Does it mean that you should? She didn't say. I guess depending on your beliefs. Things are getting, yeah, okay, so that's why this 3 and this 2. Okay, yes, so Saturn might be, do I have any inclination that Saturn is actually in charge of this read? Quite possibly. Uranus, so now you're in areas of nonconformity. At the bottom of the page, we might have to flip the page. You're all too willing to overextend yourself for others. Oh, okay, so don't submit yourself. Don't surrender yourself. Learn to listen to your own needs. Don't allow yourself to feel guilty if you're unable to give so much of yourself to another person. Avoid work or emotional involvements that are repetitious. Okay. Because then it cuts into the meaninglessness and the depression. Yes, make sure your efforts reap. Sorry. Make sure your efforts reap tangible results. If you find yourself continually doing things that end up only benefiting others, you need to become suspicious and question the true nature of your friendships. So that seems like that's a potential problem. Because obviously, you would. Okay. And in the final position, the Pluto position, your hidden powers, your hidden wealth, your secret support system, basically all your spirit friends. Your life is in the throes of a major struggle. You may feel compelled to organize your outer life in order to quiet the inner chaos. We're dealing with outer versus inner. This card choice says that you can become easily discouraged. Life itself seems to be one struggle after another. You're entirely too hard on yourself. Stop worrying about success or failure. Live in the beauty of the moment, and you'll soon stand free. Because it's trapping you. I'm not saying that you're doing it to yourself. She might, but I'm not. Because you got these external forces on you as well. Okay. But this is all pointing very much to, yes, the external and internal inside of you, of course, harassed by others and helped or hindered. Let's get one more Wild Kuan Yin, just to round it out. And we needed 4 doors, right? All that stability. Alright, so I'll just sit myself down here so I don't send a card straight into the fire. But yes, so interesting. There's really only one way to go. And it's, but it's a day-to-day thing, isn't it? There's so much, it feels like you could fall right through the cracks right now, is what I feel. That is the fear. That's what I feel. Like these are so many cracks in the pavement, possibly. Hold it the right way, Kristen. There we have a moon. Oh, I'm not holding it the right way. I'm not sure. Yeah, okay. No kidding. Like, look at the direction. What direction? Oh! Don't you just love it? She's holding the goddamn lantern. Which direction? Every direction. It's so interesting. I'm trying to figure, why do we have down here? I won't be able to get it close enough. It's like a pyramid, but it's also like a tear in the sky. It's not like a tent, but there are figures in it. Holy shit, what is that? Yeah, it's a surreal other dimension. It's like hinting at the internal versus the external. He didn't paint these for tarot cards, or oracle cards, I mean. Magic of the moon to manifest. Just as the light of the moon ebbs and flows, all things happen according to a timing that benefits the greater garden of life. How short-lived that garden would seem if all flowers bloomed at once and then it was over. As the next moon grows full, set your intention. Your time for blossoming is near. Yes, it's not just you. It's not just your storyline. So your storyline has to work with other storylines. All that glitters is not gold, because it's not all gold. No, I think the main takeaway is this lovely wild Kuan Yin and her lantern. She's going to, like, well, we've got flat land here. There's some hills, foothills in the distance. And there's a river. I can't get it close enough for you, but, well, you can kind of see a bright blue line down there. We have an interesting blue as opposed to the deep, like the bright blues of the other cards. Baby calf and larger bull on the ground. But yes, she's still not just relying on the moon. She's got her own light. But yeah, she's going to be shining it everywhere. Shining it everywhere. So you can carry this energy. Okay, just carry this. I can't visualize too well. I don't retain visuals in my head. I have what's called aphantasia. I didn't know it had a name. But I actually developed, about 15 years ago, I developed a drawing method for working without being able to visualize. For creating drawings without being able to visualize them. And so, if you can just meditate on her energy, if you can keep the image of her in your mind, stay in this energy. And navigate from this. The 360 degree, right? The full panorama I'm holding the card sideways, right? Should be this way. Could be, you know, it's like, that's the message. Okay. All right, Leo. Much love. Much love. This was awesome. Thank you for this mental workout. Back soon.